on Zoom because there's some hackers.
I heard. Yeah, it's on the dark web. Well, all right. Let's see. All right, guys. So, yeah. So, who else? Everyone okay? Everyone in? Yeah. Everyone at class. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the beat. I think this is pretty much all right with the kick and I mean the beat, the kick, the snares. It's a reggae dancehall beat, so it gives us that flair. We just break it at the point where it just comes in. All right, guys. Here we go.
Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby, baby. Come on, be my 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 baby, baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on.
Now over there, what I want to do is I want to bring the kick slowly into the part where the chorus comes in. So what I'll do is I'll take a kick, a different kick sound, because I won't use this kick over here because this kick that we've sampled has a lot of highs in it. See, I don't find a part where there's no high. So I'm just going to go into my sample bank because I have some samples here, some plugins, clips, which has kicks, beats. Now you guys can actually use the samples that you guys have, but if you don't have it, you can download it, or I will also share a Google Drive with all the samples that I have with kicks, hi-hats, snares. You can just choose any kick that you like.
Bro, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why not you just isolate the first kick from the sample track that you have on your channel and then just duplicate it?
Yeah, the problem is the sample that we cut up has highs in the kick. So if you just listen to the kick, it has high. Listen to it, yeah, very carefully. You see? Because there's a high frequency, there's a symbol on top of the kick. You'll understand what I mean. So what I'm going to take,
just isolate the kick only.
Yeah. So even if you isolate the kick, so let's say we chop this part here. Now we take this kick here. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it here. Now I'm going to paste it here. There, we're going to just like place some kicks here. Now you'll hear, if I solo it, you'll hear there's a high frequency there. You get it? It's not a clean kick. But what I want is just a clean kick. But I'll show you what I mean. Without, I'm just going through my kick bank. Can you guys hear it? No, right? Okay, so I got a kick. I'm just going to take the kick and bring it.
Can hear it, bro.
Okay, so this guy is a clean kick. Now this guy is going to basically go all over. He's going to go here. Just going to place this guy. Okay, so let's just do this. Takes like that. Boom, boom. Now when this guy plays, you see it's very clean. You see, there's no high frequency. So if I play this guy, you'll hear there's a huge high frequency. See the difference between these two, yeah? And listen to this guy. You get it? This is the common mistake which a lot of people do. They basically tend to forget that there are frequencies within certain elements, percussions. So sometimes when you have a kick will always have, though it's mainly low frequency, low end, but it tends to have a bit of high as well. But in this instant, the sample that we chose have a lot of highs, but I wanted something that's with very little highs. But you'll understand why now, because you see what I'm going to do is basically give him a subtle feel like a kick, but not like a...
Be my baby, come on.
you get it. It's kind of like it's in the background. So without it, it will be
Come
like,
be my baby, come on. I'm in love with the shape of you.
got it? So we just basically gave him that little bit of a flow over there because the drop, the energy was like way too much.
Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on.
Now there's something that's happening, which none of us noticed. That is our master channel is literally clipping because we've got 0 decibel over here, 0 decibel over here. So ideally, before you make a track or produce, or like when you start adding tracks into your channels, I would advise you to drop your volume level so that it doesn't clip. So how do you do that? Now, there's 3 ways of doing it. One is to go to the segment next to when you are in your arrangement mode. There's like these orange buttons. You remember those orange buttons? What they do is they mute and unmute the track. So just below them, there's like a 0. There's like a little, I would say, it's like a khaki color, like a yellowish 0. Now, if you click on the 0 and if you move your mouse down, you'll see the volume literally drops. What you're doing is increasing and reducing your channel. That's what you're doing. 0 dB is norm. Now, ideally, when I start my projects, I always go to -12 dB when I start a project because I give it a lot of headroom for it to actually sound better. So what I'm going to do is I can also double click, like click there and then just type 12, -12, it'll just go to -12. So now we drop to -12. Now I can do the same thing over here, -12, -12. Now I'm doing the same thing over here, -12. Now, if you go to the mixer layout, you'll see the channels have dropped to -12 over here. Now, this is your channel fader. Think of it as your mixer. So as we play a track,
Come on, be my baby.
see, I can reduce it. This is just like your channel on your
Push and pull like a magnet.
So originally, when we got the track in, excuse me guys, 1 second. When we got the track onto our arrangement, onto our channel, it basically starts at 0 decibel. But we want it to be at -12. That's our sweet spot. And
Come on, be my baby.
when that happens, it doesn't redline. Now you see when it was at 0, you can see the master
Come
channel.
on, be my baby. Come
redline.
on. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet.
Do you guys understand what it basically signifies when it is redlining? Do you know what it means? Can someone tell me?
Like there's a lot of distortion because it's too loud, or rather that the signal is moving into one channel and it's like overflowing, so it cannot get all of the data, something like that.
It's clipping.
Okay.
Clipping.
Clipping.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
It's just too loud for me.
Okay. So it's called, well, you could call it digital clipping, digital distorting. Everything that you guys said were correct. It's right. It's also too loud. Now, we don't want to go into advanced audio engineering here because the meat, we call it decibels. We actually, we went through this when we were doing our master class, the difference between decibels and you remember like the sound pressure levels and stuff like that, but let's not go into the theory right now. Let's just keep it simple. Ideally, you wouldn't want it to redline, you didn't want to clip, you didn't want to distort. So that is why we are making sure that we bring the levels down, and later on, after our mix is done, we can increase or enhance the sound. The volume is what we are doing here. It's not the sound, because this is a remix. It's not producing a track. The track is already mastered. We are remixing a track that's already been mastered. So therefore, we just have to make sure that the volumes are not getting distorted. Yeah. So dropping it down to -12 dB will basically help us when we play the two tracks together. It won't clip. So
I'm in love with the shape.
it's much cleaner, and it's a if you need to listen to it, you just increase your headphone volumes. Let's start with this now. Let's do it. So
Come on, be my baby, come on. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too.
now, for some reason, I feel like the beats are going a bit off. There could be many reasons to that. It could be that the kicks and snares are not aligned properly. Yeah, it is not aligned properly. I just noticed that. So we move the entire track a bit here. Mic should be okay now.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do.
Yep.
Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were.
All right. So the next thing that you need to learn today is consolidating. Now you see we created a small loop over here, and that's the same loop that's going to play throughout the entire song. That's 1 bar. So it's a 1 bar loop. Now when I'm making tracks, I won't want to keep 1 bar loops for the entire song, because that means you're literally having all these clips. Each clip is considered as a file. Think of it as sectors and clusters. So each file basically takes a lot of memory and space from your machine. You need to let your Ableton breathe. So, I mean, if you got a good machine, it's all right, but still it's advisable. Once you have a loop created, don't keep on like creating more loops with the same amount of bars. You rather just consolidate it. So over here, we've got one, we've got this all the way till here. That's about 16 bars. So I'm going to consolidate them. Right click at the top and then consolidate. The shortcut to consolidate is Command J. When you click Command J or consolidate, you'll see it consolidates. And now that entire 16 bars have become 1 bar, 1 loop. So now the computer understands this as 1 clip. So it basically frees up a lot of your memory. So since we've done this, we're going to do this as well. We're going to consolidate it. Command J, and then it consolidates. Now, when you're in production level, in your production mode, you'll have like multiple, probably hundreds of clips, or maybe 150 to 200 when you're making a basic track. So it's always better to get into, it's a good practice to keep on consolidating once you have your loops set in, right? It frees up a lot of space. It gives your computer room to breathe. Now we've got this, so I'm just going to copy, paste this, duplicate this all the way till there. So let's just imagine the whole song went there. Now we need to create the outro, which is the same point where we started the song, is the same way we're going to end the song.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on.
So I don't want that, so I'm gonna clip that away. Now, since we created something nice at the beginning, we're gonna take... Sorry guys, I'm coughing, not Corona.
Are you Aladdin or Aladdin?
Definitely Aladdin. Okay, definitely Aladdin. All right, let's see how this goes.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 Come on, be my baby, baby. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is use the intro from here. Take it back here, because now we are creating an outro, right? And we're gonna take this beat, copy the beat, paste it here. Let's see how it sounds.
Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 Come on, be my baby, come on.
just this. I'm just going to copy this guy.
Of you, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, of you, come on, be my baby,
Sorry.
come on, be my baby, 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 baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, baby.
I'm not a big fan of what I just created. I think it's horrible, but I'm just going to try work around it. Let's see what we could do. Probably take this and move the entire thing here.
With the shape of, come on, of you, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, baby.
Okay, that's better.
Come on, be my baby, baby.
So that is where I want it to reverb. So I'm going to take that part. And you remember we had channel 3, which is reverb. We're going to paste the guy over there. So it'll kind of like sustain. Now you got your 8 out. Clean and simple. Now we are basically, there's a lot of things that we can do, but right now we are learning effects. We're learning how to transition. We're also learning how to structure. We're also learning how to not make it too dull and plain. So we're cleaning things up. The reason why today's lesson is an additional effect is because now I want you all to actually use reverb effect and create a remix with a beat, which you can construct the entire beat if you want to. You can use a kick, a snare, hi-hat, or you could sample it from a beat which is existing. And then you'll need to create an intro, 8 bars, but make it a little bit funky. Let's listen to it again.
Come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, baby, come on, be my 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 baby, baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, come on. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet.
You get the idea. And then the outro.
I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby, baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby, baby.
So now we need to do something that's very important. We need to go back to our master. We need to go into our mixer level and now increase the volume of the 3 channels so that it doesn't distort or clip. There's another way you could do it. It's called compression, which we're going to learn in tomorrow's class, because today I don't want to basically teach you guys how to do compression and stuff like that. We're just going to do this now, and we're going to see how. So there's one way we could do is play the track together, the part where it's basically playing together like that.
Come on, be my baby.
And instead of adjusting the volume individually, you could highlight the 2 channels or the 3 channels by using shift. It's kind of like, you know, when you select all your clips, you could use shift. So you could use the shift key to highlight all the channels. And then when you increase the volume, all 3 channels will go up together. So let's play the track.
Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby, baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby.
That's about okay. You saw when basically when a hard clap comes in, it basically hits the red. That's your signal to say, hey, this is enough. So we've dropped the tracks down to -3 decibel, which is okay. So what you guys have to do in your assignment is to create construct an entire remix from the beginning till the end. But I want you to be very creative. So you could use, like, let's say a part of the song, which is like, because initially I just told you to just make the chorus. That's it. You got an intro, you got the chorus, and then the outro. But right now I'm telling you to give me something else, maybe the hook or the bridge of a song. Bring that to the beginning. So you have your 8-bar intro, and then something smooth comes in, something that's catchy. Then jump into the chorus, be creative, and then let the track play for a while, and then create an outro as well. That's your assignment. But make sure to use either both effects or at least use reverb, because I want you guys to practice how to use reverb. But if you could use reverb and filter, that would be great. Because right now, if you're going to use filter, we could still use filter over here. Maybe we could just fade off the sound over here a bit. So like, let's say, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay, you use both effects. Use filter, use reverb, and create a beat, intro, outro. Use any part of the song to bring the song in. That's where you got to be creative. So tomorrow, and when you do it, just send me the videos. Yeah, you don't have to record the whole song. Just record the intro and the part that you recorded, and then move it to the last bit, and then show me the last bit what you've done. Yeah. So this could actually be one of your first extended versions, one of your first extended remixes. Because if we create like remixes and different pools, it's easier for us when we're DJing or we're making mixtapes, or even if we go live, you know, we don't have to always use BPM Supremes. We can be creative. We can do a lot of stuff. You know, whatever we feel like creating is up to us. That's up to us. So for example, I really like to remix old songs, like a Backstreet Boys song or a Maroon 5 song that doesn't have beats. You know, when you put them into kind of like a beat which is dancey, like some of my remixes which I've done are being played all over the world. I'm not even kidding you. The Chainsmokers Closer mass mix is being played even in Canada, the dancehall version that I made, because everyone's playing there, you know, because the way I brought that in, because it goes directly into Baby Hold Me Closer, so it doesn't start with the verse. And I see even in Singapore, I've seen some DJs play that. So it kind of like becomes a good thing to have your remixes played around, and then people be like, oh, all right, man. And people ask you for remixes, you know, so every time I create a remix, I just pass it over to them. So it's a good thing to actually build your name. And then if you do some good remixes, I can get you guys on DJ City, because DJ City is constantly looking for remixes. But there's a few rules you have to follow with DJ City. I'll send you guys the rules guidelines, but for now, you guys need to do this first, okay? All right. Questions?
When is the assignment up?
Tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Captain.
Now that we
I don't know
have,
whether I got time though.
okay, your
Damn.
excuse if you don't have time, your excuse, but everyone else who has time have to do it. Whoever's
My
work,
Ableton is still crashing.
your Ableton is crashing. Okay.
I can't even open it anymore.
Did you download Ableton 10?
I tried 9, 9.5, and 10.
Did you get the crack version? Kyra, is it the crack version?
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of that, why don't you download the 90-day trial? Because it's free.
Okay.
Yeah, just delete all the crack versions from your computer and just download the 90-day trial, because it's 3 months for free. You know, it's just, trust me, it's worth it. You won't even like, you know, we're not paying anything, because that's what I'm going to do eventually. But the only thing is I need to complete a couple of tracks because I have plugins on Ableton 9, which I'm so used to. But then after that, I'll download the 90-day trial. Everyone else okay, right, Ableton? I mean, Dano's computer keeps on crashing.
It's okay. I think it crashed just now because it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but I have work tomorrow as well, so I like to extend.
extend my assignment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can finish it tonight. Oh my god.
No, you and John, okay, you guys are excused because you guys.
I'll try to do the first half by today.
No need. You guys take your time. The frequency of the classes, now today is Wednesday, but I think I want to take tomorrow. We do it Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, I think we are not going to have any classes. Then we'll probably do classes again on Sunday. All right. So we'll meet up tomorrow at 12. So John and Dano, excuse, and Kyra, excuse. You guys can do the assignment later on, but the rest of you guys do the assignment tomorrow. Okay?
What is 12 or 8?
Sorry, bro.
No,
Also,
Pin is asking.
Esther said see you tomorrow at 12.
Ah,
Yeah, I presume it's 8.
No, I didn't hear you guys. What?
no, Pin
No,
is
because
asking 12 or 8.
12 or 8? I don't understand what he's been asking. 12 or
Is,
8?
is tomorrow's class 12 or 8 or something like that?
8
12.
p.m. Yeah. That's what.
No, it's at
Pin meant.
8. Everyone is at 8. Everyone is at 8. I mean, because Dano and John works, right? So
Matthew, just now you just say 12.
Oh,
No. I didn't say 12. I said tomorrow.
You can review back the recording, bro.
No, wait. I'll tell you what I said. I said, I will actually. Maybe I'm getting old. So I'll probably.
It said 12.
No. I mean, I'll probably do the classes on Thursday, and then I won't do it on Friday, Saturday, because I want to take a break, because I have some other things to do as well.
I
want to go live Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m. I'm going to do green screen stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do some funky stuff. Okay. So class understood? Everyone's clear with it?
Yep.
Okay, good. Who? No one needs to ask any questions, right?
nope. For now, nothing
For now.
until I try it.
I'm very happy that Jazzy didn't yawn and Kevin didn't fall asleep.
I think so. No, I'm sorry. I think so. There will be footage when you reviewed.
It's okay, lah. It's okay.
I really
It's okay.
tried. I just had my dinner, so you know I'm just very.
My classes are so boring.
Food coma.
Yeah, I'm just having food coma.
Breakfast that time also.
Yes, by the way, the Zoom meeting prices is like $15
Per
for
month?
the next step. Yeah.
That's not bad. Maybe I'll get it then. Okay. But then, like Gabe said, I need to use someone else's card. Because if I use my card, they're going to hack it, and then they're going to take all the money that we have, and then we're going to be broke as niggers. We're already broke as niggers. By the way, what I was going to ask you guys. So how's life?
Okay, I don't mind opening up another bank account and like getting a card, and then we can use it from my card, from that card specifically only for Zoom.
But to do that, it's going to take a long time, right?
Actually, I can do it. I
Can
have
you-
3 bank accounts.
Okay, John, how fast can you do it?
I already have 3 bank accounts though.
Okay, so you can just use one account just for the Zoom thing, where we just don't
Yeah.
use it for anything else. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no
we
problem.
just put $15 every month into that and then use it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, send me the card details and put about $1,000 I'll subscribe to some good porn sites and share it among the guys and the girls for your viewing pleasure.
Speaking of porn websites, did you see that guy who actually posted up on PM Lee's Facebook chat?
That
You
was
know,
funny.
when PM Lee,
Yeah.
That was funny.
PM Lee can start up Pornhub, all of us bored.
Unblock.
Well, anyways. Well, I think you guys are pretty okay with today's lesson. I don't want to, but by next week, it's going to get a little bit intense, guys. Yeah. So now that the audio is proper sounding, man, you guys are going to. Kyra, John, Dano, Pin. You guys really need to get up to speed. Okay. Like practice as much as you can before next week. Like, you know, the fading, fade outs, the channels, the volumes, because we can't be going back to the same lessons. I mean, obviously you can, we can always ask each other, hey, help me out with this. But it's, if we are actually talking about what we are intending to do within the next 30 days of lessons before we get out of this whole circuit breaker thingy, I want you guys to actually start making music, like proper music. I want you guys to start doing becoming actual producers. I'm making a song a day now, and not blowing my own horn, but I'm just saying it because I practice so much. You know, the more you do it, the better you get at it. You just sit down and keep on doing it, and you just get better at it. So that's what I want you guys to do. At least, let's say when we come out of this hellhole, we'll be like, oh, at least everyone can make music now. Everyone knows how to remix, you know? At least we learn something, right? Or else you're not, or else you're just wasting your time. You're just like staying at home and doing nothing. A few years ago, all of you didn't know how to DJ, but now today everyone can do that. It's a walk in the park. It's easy, you know? You guys didn't know how to connect RC and XLR. Now it's easy. You guys know how to run places like Emerald Hill and, you know, like all these things. It's how you start things up. That's what I want you to do with Ableton as well, of music production. So then at least it will come in handy in future. After Ableton is done, we get into video production. Show you guys how to make videos, like short clips and stuff like that, right? And then we become...
and Adobe.
Yeah.
Adobe.
Masterclass again.
Adobe.
Masterclasses.
Bro, I have a question.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you know, just now what you did when you highlight 3 channels and then slowly increase the decibel to the point that it's beyond
it doesn't
nice.
It
doesn't click a bit. Won't it happen in such a way that when you export the whole audio clip and you play it on record box, wouldn't it be softer?
It would be. That is why we are actually going to teach you guys in the next class, or maybe next week, about compression and mastering. Yeah, because right now I just want to make sure that everyone understands structure. See, there's 3 levels. One is production, second is mixing, third is mastering. You have to always understand that. Most people are very ignorant. They immediately go into all these 3 levels at the same time. They think producing, mixing, and mastering is all the same thing. That's the biggest mistake a lot of DJs do. During your time to produce, all you're doing is laying down the foundation. Think of it as a building itself. You're laying down the foundation and people are asking, hey, where's the building? I can't see the doors. Where's the windows? Where's the chandelier? You still at the foundation. You're just laying the foundation to make the ground solid. That's the structure. Then comes the building, and then comes the cherry on top of the cake. So right now, you're literally baking the cake. Later, we'll put the icing and then the cherry on top of the cake. Okay? Take it as 3 different steps. And when we, like for you, for Gabe, Kev, and who else? Jazzy, I think, you guys have knowledge about audio engineering because you guys have a little bit like experience in that. The others, they will have to take it slow to understand the separations between those parts as well. Like, because you guys have worked with AV, and for them we take it step by step lah. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Any other questions, guys?
Nope.
All good for today?
Stop messaging girls lah.
Huh?
Team, stop messaging girls.
Yeah. Mes, can you send us the file that you did just now? I sorry,
Yes.
the video, the same thing as what you did that time.
Yes, I'm gonna upload
Later
that too.
because later I forget the what's that, the elements that you want us to do. So
Okay. Yeah, I have to actually